When studying family life in Australia, the first thing to note is that families in Australia are growing in all shapes and sizes. The traditional idea of a family promotes the image of a mum, a dad, and 2 or more children. However, this idea is starting to change drastically. To begin, we have to understand what makes up a family unit. The concept of a step family can be described as a family that is formed on the remarriage of a divorced or widowed person, and that includes their child or children. A blended family is similar to a step family, however also includes the biological child or children of both parents within the couple. An intact family is essentially a nuclear family in which membership has remained constant in the absence of divorce or other divisive factors. And a single parent family is a family with children, however the parent is bringing up the child without a partner. Marriage, babies, and divorce. When we look at families, it is important to note that marriage does not demonstrate a family. Current trends in marriage and divorce reveal that marriage rates in Australia are on the decline, and cohabitation, that is living together without being married, is currently rising. Cohabitation before marriage has increased from 72% to 78% in Australia in 10 years, while there is an enormous number of divorces processed every year. As you can see, over 45,000 divorces were granted in 2013. In line with increasing divorce rates, the number of blended and step families in Australia has also increased. While these types of families are increasing, we can also note that following the baby boom in the 1950s, women are having their first children much later in life and are having less children than women in the past. Factors contributing to this are the increase of women in the workforce and the strengthening societal norm of obtaining a tertiary education. On this chart, we are able to identify that intact families still remain to be the main type of family in Australia, making up 65.4% of Australian families. Following this is one-parent families, then step, blended, and other couple families. Same-sex relationships. Today, same-sex relationships are becoming increasingly common. In an overview of the basic facts regarding same-sex couples, we can see that they earn more on average each week than opposite-sex couples, approximately $2,000. Same-sex couples are less likely to have children than opposite-sex couples, are more likely to live in the inner city suburbs, which in Sydney is most commonly Erskineville, Alexandria, and Chippendale, and within the last 10 years the number of recorded same-sex couples in Australia has doubled. A recent study shows that over 65% of Australians support same-sex marriage. So what role do women play in family life? In 58% of Australian households, both parents work. Additionally, female breadwinner household rates have risen in Australia from 22.3% in 2001 to 24.2% in 2011. These female breadwinner households are commonly couple-only households. So how about some current trends? 29 is the average age for females to marry in Australia. 28 is the average age women have their first child. 11 is the average number of weeks of maternal leave women take before returning to work. 32% is the increase of same-sex relationships in Australia in the past 9 years. And approximately 25% of women are the breadwinners in their household. Family life in Australia has and will continue to change over time due to social influences. We can observe various types of families and what the foundations of an Australian family really are.